States, as Japan did on the somber occasion. This is the 82nd anniversary of the attack by Japan on Pearl Harbor, which took 2,479 American lives and sunk 19 warships of the United States. Fortunately for us, at that time, uh, Japan did not attack our infrastructure. They did not attack the refueling centers, the fuel depots. They did not attack the commercial shipping and other things that were required to support our Navy. And we had gotten our aircraft carriers out of that Pearl Harbor tomorrow for some strange reason. China will not make the same mistake. China saw the mistakes Japan made. Yes, John Colonel Cole, Tora, Tora, Tora. I would say the truth of the matter is China has invested very heavily in weapons of asymmetric warfare that are a lot cheaper than aircraft carriers to take out our aircraft. They are called the Dongfeng 21, the Dongfeng 26, the Dongfeng hypersonic Dongfeng 2017, excuse me. These missiles they have built in great numbers to be able to take out our bases in the area. It is thought that they have enough of these to actually take out all of our bases in the Indo-Pacific area. We're talking South Korea, Japan, Guam, our Okinawa base, which is, also Japan, and most of our ships in the Indo-Pacific. So yeah, assume they're even talking about Hawaii. I don't know what to be hitting Hawaii with, but we're talking a potential bolt from the blue, a massive attack, which would probably also take out our satellites so that we couldn't respond. And there would be commensurate cyber attacks in the United States. And of course, no, China's not buying land near U.S. military bases. They're doing that just because they like to sightsee. Oh, yeah. And they're not putting a base in Cuba. No, no, no. Oh, they just like to go to Cuba for vacations. That's right. That's all it is. So, guys, what is cooking? I'm on my phone here because I am in Oklahoma City, basically almost Oklahoma City, basically the entrance of the Tinker Air Force Base here. I'm on my way back to Arizona to try to get ready because right now I think being ready, being prepared is paramount because I think this stuff may break loose next year, guys. So the situation is that China invested extremely heavy in these non-symmetric warfare systems. Now, they got over 200 missile launchers for the Dongfeng 26. They got the Dongfeng 21. They've got, the 26. They got over 200 just launchers. How many missiles they have? They've got 2 brigades just dedicated to. They got an entire branch of the military called the Rocket Forces. Between the Dongfeng 21s, which Dongfeng 20s, at least 80 of those are thought to have nuclear weapons, nuclear tipped weapons on them. Those are very capable missiles. It's also an anti-satellite missile. They've tested it as such. The Dongfeng 17 is their hypersonic missile. They have put Dongfeng 17 lookalikes on balloons for drop test. Mind you, I have warned you guys about this, that the balloon can be a weapon system platform and a reconnaissance platform both. And balloons are cheap, and they can put up thousands of these because apparently they got a balloon force too. So if you're sitting out there in a Arleigh Burke class Aegis destroyer, and you got our Standard Missile 1 or our Standard Missile 3, which is also known as the RIM 171. You got our Standard Missile, that's RIM 161, our Standard Missile 3. That is the one that's basically a anti-ballistic missile. It's very expensive. Those things cost about $25 million a piece. And you got the RIM 174 Standard Missile 6. You think 6 would be the more capable missile, but it's not. It's much shorter flight range-wise. So the Standard Missile 6 has a range of about 240 kilometers, whereas the SM3 has got about 1,200 kilometers. Just look at the difference on that. So the situation is that Now, you take an Arleigh Burke class destroyer, you've got about 90 missile tubes. They got several different banks of missile tubes, but for these kind of missiles, I think they've got about 90 tubes for these kinds of missiles. But they also have some other surface-to-air missiles mixed in with them, so it's not necessarily just the SM threes and sixes. So you got to also take into account that you have 2 to 5 typically destroyers assigned per aircraft carrier strike group. And we got what, about 10 carrier strike groups in sea right now. So the number of missiles that we actually have that can defend our carriers are, they're limited by that. I mean, to be frank, the Chinese know that. They know exactly what we got in terms of capacity, and they have built up to be able to overpower our capacity to saturate it. Rick, I think China has invested the most in our politicians. Well, they got that too, because guess what? Apparently, they've already invested, apparently, according to the source I showed you from the U.S. Congress last night, in my last live session, I showed you a website it was a .gov website with evidence of payments from the CCP through Hunter to Papa. If you know what I mean, guys. Holy smoke. This is on the congressional website. This is not Greg Allison making this up. There it is. So there's some really fishy stuff going on, guys. I'm going to ask y'all guys a question about that in a little bit. I'm going to come back around to that, ask you guys a question, to really assess what you think China's risk at doing this operation is, because China apparently has got set up where they could really just, if they make a sudden first strike, non-nuclear, don't even require nukes, they could obliterate our Pacific forces. Johnny B, thank you, Johnny B. Salute to you. They could devastate our Indo-Pacific forces, our forces in the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Now, I don't know if that extends to San Francisco, but, and they also have massively hacked our defense software, reported that. They've got farms. They just love growing vegetables next to our military bases. Maybe they want to feed our troops. Yeah, they just want to be nice and sweet. They love us so much. Oh, yeah. And they love to vacation in Cuba, so they got a military base. Oh, and they don't have all these bio labs here in the United States. We didn't find anything in Reedy, California, did we now? Yeah. So, guys, I'm talking in negatives because the algors that have no rhythm really aren't that smart yet. The artificial intelligence is still pretty stupid, thankfully. So, in any event, guys, I'm going to read the chat here in a minute. I'm just going to get through what I've got to tell you guys first. So, we are facing a China that is an economic turmoil, and the economic turmoil may be the cause for Xi Jinping to act sooner rather than later. His administration may be at some risk. He may need to cover. He may need to wag the dog. This is something that he said that he would do that people have thought would be, how he's going to try to make his name. Now, what better way to make his name than obliterate U.S. forces? The people say, oh, he's going to mess with this guy. He would get nations lining up behind him. Our allies would be dropping out like flies, and a lot of them aligning to China. Because suddenly China's the winner. China's the big dog. The United States is now inept in the Pacific region. That's what he could pull off. That is what he could pull off. Now, a lot of you are going to say, oh, you couldn't do that. We would nuke China and turn it into glass. Well, if China don't nuke us, what do you guys think are the prospects of the current payee therefrom, who is the POTUS, the President Potato Head in America? If you think that if we don't get nuked directly, even though might be the biggest Pearl Harbor event we've ever seen by far. Do you think the current president would nuke China as a response? If you think he would, put a 1 in the chat room. I want to see what you guys think. If you think he would not do it, put a 2 in the chat room. If we don't get nuked, we get obliterated conventionally. Yeah, 1 if you think that he would respond with nukes, 2 if you think we would not. 1 is nuke, 2 is not. Would we nuke China? I see a few 1s, more 2s. I got a 3, whatever that means. Chewy thinks we would. Tiny Tacos thinks we would. But most of you are saying not. Never before seen munitions. Yeah, we've always got these mystery up the sleeve secret weapons. Yeah, bunk. We ain't got enough of them to matter. We don't have them at scale. We may have a few things that are kind of cool, whiz bang, but yeah, wise out, that's the problem. John thinks we would nuke. You really think that the president would nuke them without us getting nuked? Yeah, he's not even responding to the Houthis yet. So what makes you think he's going to nuke China? He's not responding to Iran. What makes you, of course, he gave a lot of money to Iran. Yeah, billions. So he wouldn't even shoot a balloon, says George Clayton. That may not be able to. Those balloons would be hard to reach. I mean, you could get them with the SM-3, but there'd be so many up there, you could waste all your SM-3s just popping balloons. That's the Chinese strategy, is to overwhelm us with cheap stuff and take out our cause us to waste our $25 million missiles one after another. They would get really tickled by that. So he tries to play all sides, says Michelle Young. Well, yeah, he can talk tough all day, but see, that's just it. He can talk tough and talk, anti-China, but who knows? Maybe he's helping set it up for a big victory for Xi Jinping. So that Xi Jinping gets global bragging rights. The Red Dragon. Is this the Red Dragon of Revelations? Revelations has a red dragon. We got a red dragon today. Interesting. And they are spreading their influence around the world, belts and roads. Now, yeah, that belts and roads will cut us off from our resources, unlike World War II. In World War II, we were the world's factory. Who's the world's factory today? It ain't us, it's China. In World War II, we were the biggest oil exporter in the world. We are picking up again, but we're not that anymore. World War II, America won every war it's won by a war of attrition. We just outproduced the enemy. How are we going to do it when we're no longer the world's factory? We are gearing up, but we're a long way from it. We don't have the commercial ships, because most of the supply our Navy, most of the commercial ships belong to who? China. What's the Belt and Roads do? We got 105 nations, supposedly, according to some articles, lining up behind the BRICS countries. I didn't know there was more than 90 countries on Earth. What the heck is that? Guys, I mean, 8M, a dragon, and I'm proud, says JoJo. 8M, so you ate a dragon? All right, so, yeah. So, guys, here it is. Xi Jinping may be in a strait due to the economy. He may need to act sooner rather than later. He is lining his ducks up. I would say that they may go into a blockade on Taiwan at any time. The blockade could start any time. They may turn around and like the United States would always go on with air power before we'd put in an invasion force. He may use missiles and just pummel Taiwan. But it would be probably April before he'd actually send landing troops in. So this thing could start by April this coming April or sooner, we could be at war with China over several different potential fronts. So, we got the South China Sea with Philippines. We got this deal with Taiwan. We got the deal, Japan has been challenged by China. So it's 2024 is the year of the dragon. Oh, really? And check that out. Oh my gosh. Is that prophetic? This October the 7th thing, what happened on October 7th? What else is October the 7th? What else? Who commemorates October the 7th? Who celebrated it before all that happened? Do y'all know what's the significance of October the 7th? Yeah, I showed that girl. I showed that in my video last night about who's coming across our border. Don Berg. Putin's birthday. Exactly. This was Iran's birthday gift to Vladimir Putin. It sure took a lot of heat off his back because people quit looking at him and started looking at Hamas. So it took a lot of heat off his back. And it's also maybe further confusing the stage and stretching America out. We got forces in the Mideast, forces in the Mediterranean, off Iran. We got half our Navy, so it makes it a little easier for China maybe to pull off what they want. The more thinner we're stretched, the easier it will be for them to do what they want to do. China has a 1 million person army. How many are already here? Yeah, how many are here? It's not even counted in that. We don't know. It don't take but a few people to take down our party. You take down our party, you've destroyed this nation. You destroyed America. If you can take down our party, and it don't take that many people. Why they got so many? Why so many? And the biolabs. Why so many, guys? What is cooking with that? Why so many people here? Oh yeah, Guyana. Yeah, by the way, guys, in case you don't know, Venezuela said, oh, all this mayhem going on, we can just go grab some land too. You see what's happening? Yeah, North Korea might decide, well, yeah, now's a good time to grab land. And then, South Korea, at the same time, China makes their move. I mean, if everybody's moving, we're going to be just sitting here chewing our fingers. What are we going to do? But in the case of Venezuela, Brazil don't want no part of it. Brazil's putting troops on their border there with Venezuela because Venezuelans have, because of just the way the terrain is, apparently the only decent way for Venezuela to get access to that territory is to go through some of the Brazilian territory. And Brazilians will say, you're not coming through here. So we may have a war with three nations in South America cooking right now. Brazil, Venezuela, and Guyana. Some other channel made a mistake of saying Africa. One of our other dearly loved channels. No, it's not Africa. It's right under our feet, South America. It's supposed to be our backyard. Now, the B in BRICS is for Brazil, but both China, Russia, and Iran are all heavily invested in Venezuela. You get these two going at it. That would be interesting. It might kind of be an inter-BRIC war. Like we may have an inter-NATO war between Greece and Turkey. Mexico has said for a long time they're taking back their territory here in the United States. Yeah, but you know what? The Mexicans think the entire United States is taken from them. Some of them, I've heard some say that. Yeah, this whole land was taken from us. It's not really, no. So, but who knows, guys? Well, look at the drug cartels, how armed they are. Yeah, it's not a pretty situation. I don't think they can take that Mexico can take land from the United States, but they can sure make a mess. They can make a mayhem. They could actually take, just like the the Afghans overran American military bases. The drug cartels are better armed than the Taliban was. And our American military bases here, they ain't got nothing but some deputy dogs with some six shooters at their hip and chain link fence around the little wire on top, little barbed wire. That ain't jack diddly. You can go through that with anything. So, yeah, our bases are not set up to anticipate what may hit them. Fort Hood, Fort Bliss. Yeah, my son used to be stationed at Fort Bliss. So we are truly a weak country right now. That's the problem. You got to have peace through strength, and we're not strong enough right now to deter all this. We got a president who's not projecting strength. He is just not projecting strength at all. The cartels could take military equipment from the Mexican military. Oh yeah, they've actually battled the Mexican military and beat them. I showed that in one of my videos back a while back in one area. They've also taken the power out in Mexican states and went in and wiped out the authorities when they took down their power. We would do a great favor to the Mexican people if we shut the border down and shut down the drug trade, because those cartels make life in Mexico miserable for the good people that live there. And there's a lot of good people in Mexico. They're suffering mightily at the hands of these cartels. The best thing we could do for Mexico was shut down the borders and put the cartels out of business. Of course, what else comes across that border? Fentanyl. Where's that come from? Our good friends over in where? Could China have something to do with that? It only takes out 107,000 Americans a year, at least last year. Guys, we're not at war with China, no. But they're at war with us. You see what I'm saying, guys? They're already at war with us. Where's the Epstein list? That's a good question. It's hard to show strength with your hand in China's pocket. Listen, I didn't read that right. It's hard to show strength with you meant to say hand, in China's pocket, says New Days. There you go, Michelle Young. Thank you. This evening is the first day of Hanukkah, another Jewish holiday. We'll see if something happens. Yeah, exactly. And Christmas coming up. Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff happening. Salute to Michelle Young. Thank you, Michelle. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. The risk right now is off the charts. I just did a video, even from Mother Nature. I just did a video. It got a third of the views it ought to get. It's got, just 1,000 views. It should be 3,000. The video I did where I was talking about the sun I'm getting views like I was getting years ago on a lot of my videos. The one I did last night only got, didn't get half the views it normally gets for my live sessions. Even when we were live in the chat room, how many people we got here right now? 160. Last night, we've been getting over 200 a session easy. We got closer. We're doing a little better tonight than we were last night, I think. But yeah, we're behind. I'm being hard slammed over, shadow banned, I think, by the platform. Because my membership, the subscriptions to my channel have been dropping for over 2 months solid. I was almost 67,300, and I bet today or tomorrow it'll be 66,000. Because last time I looked, it was 6615, and I'm dropping about 15 or 20 a day. Now, I think a lot of these are people that YouTube has unsubscribed. Now, if you think you need to unsubscribe from me, tell me why. You don't like my channel, you don't like my presentations. Look, I'm on travel. Since the middle of August, I have been home in Alabama less than 3 weeks. And that's where my main computer resources, my main ability to reach out and do things are, my main tool set, everything I use. I'm working right now from my phone. And I just don't have the same resources when I'm on travel. I'm trying to build a lot of my time is going into trying to build a mini home, but I'm also working my day job too at the same time, guys. So I've got a lot of stuff I'm juggling. You get a lot of professional full-time YouTubers. I don't have that luxury right now. They block you because you speak the truth. Yeah, Jeff, that's what I'm afraid of. And this reminds me, when you move toward an election year, this happens more. Happened last time, but they're staying me really hard right now, guys. So Dave Smith, good to see you. Has anyone reported you? Someone said if you get people reporting, they block you. Well, why would I be reported? What have I said? Everything I have said has been, as far as I know, within the terms of all the agreements that YouTube puts out. I really watch what I say. I get people mad at me because I don't talk about certain things. Oh, Greg, you don't know this. Oh, yeah, I do know a lot that I don't talk about, but it's not permitted on this platform. I'm going to get tired of people telling me what I don't know. You don't know what I don't know. And that bugs me because this is not a free speech platform. I cannot tell you a lot of stuff on here. Keep that in mind, but I do put stuff between the lines as much as I can, as much as permitted. Oh, there's some channels that take more risk, and a lot of them getting banned. A lot of them are getting shut down. I'm trying to stay monetized because this may be what I need to make a living. Hey there, Jason, how you doing? Got 172 heads, but only 89 thumbs up. Yeah, thank you, Jason. Yeah, when I get back home for a few weeks, I need to do some interviews with Jason. We've been talking about the trappings of power in organizations and governments and how that goes corrupt constantly, consistently, how the statement power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely is just the tip of the iceberg. So we got a lot of material to cover one day soon, I hope. I'm dropping a new worm video in the morning. Hey, that's cool, Jason. Hope you give me a shout out. I got a lot of worm videos. Yeah, I need to go into my website and adjust it though. I don't need to sell large quantities, maybe the smaller sizes. I just shipped some Monday, but just the smaller sizes. So I'm trying, because I'm not home, and I got rid of one of my workers because it just wasn't working out. And so my workforce is down, and yeah, it's just not working out too well. They shut down Twitch in South Korea. When the state goes on sale, fill the freezer. Amen. State goes on sale, absolutely fill the freezer. Gregors, you got to work on the living habitat homes more. Well, I have to work my day job during the day, even when I'm out there, because I burn up all my vacation going back and forth and doing taxes beforehand the first couple of weeks I was out there. I work on it on weekends when I'm out there. So I've got a crew showing up Saturday, I hope, and I could definitely use a few more people if y'all want to pitch in. I could use a few more hands. So if you're in the area and can pitch in, email me at greg@greengregs.com, but only use that email if you're going to pitch in and volunteer. Don't use that as a chitter chatter email to talk to me. I will not talk to you on that because that's my business email. The only reason I put that one to you is it's one I check consistently. But I will not chitter chatter with folks on there. So don't email me to chitter chatter. I don't have time for that. I don't talk to my own family already right now. I'm so busy. So I got a lot of people wanting to chitter chatter. And it can be the most important stuff in the world. I don't have time for it. I just don't. I'm choking, guys. My life is intense. But I do come in here to bring you news, to bring you what's happening. YouTube won't shut me down. And all my related channels, no reason given. I appealed and won. I still don't know why it happened. Wow, Jeremy. Yeah, you don't know always. And sometimes the reasons they give, it's like, well, are vague. I need specificity. Tell me where in the video I did something you didn't like. What was it you didn't like? And you got to guess. You got to guess. And it's like, really? I didn't violate a term. But also, if you challenge them and lose the challenge, they stomp you down even harder. And you still don't know why or what it was. So just go in and go, nah, that's not right. Oh, they will make it take forever for you to upload videos. They'll put it in check-in forever. I've had breaking news. I was like the first person that knew something, and I did a video on it. Yeah, I got breaking news. A day later, they let me post it. By then, nobody wanted to hear it. Everybody was talking about it. And, that kind of just, kind of aggravates you. Yeah, sometimes I do get breaking news. And sometimes I'll bring you original material on this channel. because all the balloon threat stuff, that's all original material. The dam threat video, who else has done a video on that? And that's part of what the sleeper cells may attack. Everybody else talks about water. They talk about, things like that. We know the power grid's risk. But dams are a very, very potentially catastrophic target themselves. And I did a video on that, and they know that. Where can we send you a Christmas present? Wowza. Probably best to send it to my Alabama address, because I'll be back there hopefully in a couple of weeks. And I might spend a little time there around Christmas. When the winter really kicks in, if I don't have my house sold. If I got my house sold, I got to go irregardless. So, and that's kind of if I have to do it in the winter, it's going to be rough. So, especially if it snowed on that hill and I can't get up and down the hill to my place. I may have a lot of stuff to move in a hurry. I need to buy bug out land and a small home. Well, I've got the land. I'm trying to build a home, Jeffrey. But yeah, if you can't, think about the best bug out's the one you live on. So bug into your bug out. So that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do too, guys. So can worms be made into nice steak patty? Well, actually, people take worms and dry them and grind them and use them as nut substitutes in cookies and brownies, because they got a nutty flavor. The red worm does. A nutty flavor. So, actually, it's leaner than beef. High protein, no fat. The cool thing about a worm is if they don't waste mass and needing legs and all that support structure that a cow needs. You can grow in 5 worm beds the size of the plywood box beds I get. You can grow as much meat as worm equivalent meat as what you would dress out from a steer in a year. And you don't need an acre of land to do it, like in the east, or 40 acres out in the west. Anyway, so yeah, well, hey, Uncle Sugar pushes for the censorship. The platform probably would do it voluntarily anyway. Look where the platform's at, guys. Just look where they're at. It comes from California. Whoops. Oops, sorry, guys. That's what happens when you use a phone. Sometimes you it is discharging very fast and taking most of the day to charge up. This phone is getting to be a problem. The battery has gotten bad. It's a Samsung 21, which is a piece of junk. I need to cover this on Product Papas. This is a piece of junk. When I bought this, they said, well, that's a 3-year. You pay for it 3 years. I said, look, every phone I've had, batteries only lasted 2 years on your Samsung systems I've had before. But they'll last 3 years now. Oh, yeah, the Microsoft phone I had, I could go 2 days and not have to charge it, maybe 3, and use it heavily with lots of apps open. Yeah, it had a lot of apps on it. And it would stay charged and charge fast. And that battery lasted like 3 years. 3 years. I actually bought another battery for it, and then I got it. The phone actually started to have some issues, and I got another phone. I think the whole thing lasted 4 years. I don't get that out of these Samsungs. I don't like these Samsungs. I think they're junk. Everybody was dishing on the Microsoft phone. I think it was a far better phone. It got abused bad and survived. Yeah, I think if you go back and probably, there's a video where it got caught by tree limb when I was driving the tractor and flung in the air, spinning, and hit the ground and kept recording. Anyway, enough of all that. Now it's on Facebook, which is so irritating considering what they won't allow. They won't allow talking about processing meat for food. Yeah. That is probably the most important food we can eat. And they want to push fake meat. Now they got the fake hot dog, the forever hot dog. Guys, I ain't taking that stuff. I ain't going to eat it. There ain't no way I'm going to eat that junk. Never. So, yeah, that stuff is nasty. It's full of chemicals, and it actually has a bigger carbon footprint than real meat. So, anyway, guys, this whole thing is it's a farce. It's for the big billionaires. Bill Gates owns stock in every one of those fake meat companies. Exactly, Gabby. Fake meat. Get you some cardboard, put some soy sauce on it. Oh Lord, guys. So if somebody else give us a super chat. Did I miss one? No, I think it was Michelle and who was it earlier? Yeah, I remember that. I called it out. Yeah, Johnny B and Michelle. All right, very good. Last thing I'm gonna do is miss a super chat in here. All right, so folks, so the bottom line is compost making needs to expand massive as an industry. There you go, John. You're right. We got to have a new way of growing stuff because the industry. I did a video talking about, and I've covered it a few times, that the days of farming the way they are now is numbered, especially the grid goes down, these farms are gone. Animal protein in small spaces, fish, duck, cannon, goat meat. Yeah. So both Jason and Kathy are on it. Hey, tried it. Thank you, tried it. Salute to tried it. Appreciate the super chat. So the bottom line is that China has the means and the motivation now for an attack. Motivation, territory gain, bragging rights, place in history for Xi Jinping. He wants to be bigger than Mao. That's his. And Mao failed to take Taiwan. So the biggest bragging right that Xi Jinping could ever have would be to take Taiwan or to knock out the United States, both of them. So, and even if we were to respond, as some of you think we would nuclearly, we may not be able to. This whole idea that we can just respond with nuclear force may be a stretch. If they take down our grid, if they take down our comm systems, if they EMP us, all we got left is the doomsday planes, and will they be able to get up and transmit their signals? And what do they got for taking those out? Remember, probably all the bases we fly those out have Chinese farms next to them. Oh yeah, probably some Chinese farmer, a Chinese factory next to all these bases. That's what they're aiming at. And then, they know what we're doing because they got all this intel monitoring us, people inside the country. They got all these sleeper cells. So are some of these sleeper cells that they're assimilating here assigned to storm the bases? Are the people on those bases expecting something like that? No. The deputy dog there with a 6-shooter by his hip, he sees a bunch of guys coming with big black rifles. He's going to throw that 6-shooter down and run like a scalded dog. Cowgirl in Arizona. How you doing, Sandra? Subs off the coast of Argentina. Whose subs is it? Whose subs are there? We needed another Eisenhower. We got a Nixon. So, keeping busy. Good to hear that. Well, I'm heading back to Arizona. We're going to try to get these walls up finally. That's the intent. Alrighty, folks. I'm gone a little bit longer than I really wanted to. I gotta go here. That girl, Greg, any advice on writing a will? I'm scared someone is tomorrow. Someone is what tomorrow, that girl? Well, if there ain't no society left, the wills ain't gonna be worth a hoot after grid down. But if you want to take advice on writing a will, go see a lawyer. I'm not the right one to give that advice. John, if I had land, I'd invite garden companies to dump the rubbish. There you go. All right, Calgary, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Denny Heil. All right. Elvis. Oh, he's leaving the building. Trisha Hammock, Greg, I'm hearing sleeper cells a lot, but I never caught what that means. Oh, I'm sorry. Sleeper cells are organizations of people here in the United States who are from other countries, or typically or otherwise, who intend ill will to our country. They may have a mission to take something out, but they're only going to do that mission on the appointed time, typically if we are at war with their parent country or some particular event takes place. We know these cells are here. We've been told they're here by the Iranian Revolutionary Guard years ago from Iran, and we know that we see all these other groups amassing in here. China has many assets in South America as well. That's true. So does Russia and China especially, but Russia and Hamas. There's a lot of sleeper cells in the county jail. Well, there's that too. A little different definition. I compost all my vegetable scraps. That's a good, yeah, do that, guys. Don't waste any, don't be taking good biomatter and send it to the landfill. That's an atrocity. Anything that could become compost needs to be composted. Who can afford a satellite phone? Yeah, all our Congress critters got them. What did Arnold say about satellite phones? Satellite phones are useless after an EMP, CME. Yeah, if you get the first EMP from Starfish Prime took out the first ComSat. So, yeah, we've already had experience with that. That's already happened. We got a lot more assets up there now. Other countries will never get this chance again, where economics are weak and militaries are stretched, are out defending other territories. Yeah, we are stretched out, guys. Pearl Harbor 2.0 coming today. I don't think it'll be today. I hope not, but I don't know that for a fact. Maybe more likely April. Sometime in April might be a possibility. We don't know the day and hour of all these things because, you just don't know. You just don't know what would tip them. Let's just hope and pray that it don't happen. But China has invested very heavy in this, very, very heavy. So, yeah, and they're amassing forces. They're doing the training. It really looks like they're setting up for it. I hope they don't, but it looks like it. So I have 2 satellite phones. We can never be prepared enough. All right, Jeffrey West. All right, the main thing you need to make sure you get some manual tools, something you can keep running after the grid goes down. You may have a generator or solar arrays and your power tools, but sooner or later all that's going to wear out. So that other stuff would be good heirloom equipment, good brace and bit. You get a few of them. I got a few of them. Protection of the worms is vital for survival. There you go, John. Absolutely. So, Jack in the Box. I reckon once Venezuela gets going full swing, China will act. I don't know, Rodney, what it's going to be their trigger point. It might be us getting into it with Iran or South Korea may pull something. They want to get us spread a little thinner probably first if they can. The thinner they can spread us, the best. But if they hit us, it's going to be like a bolt out of the blue. We're not going to know it's coming. It'll be a surprise attack, just like Tora, as Colonel Cole alluded to. It'll be a surprise attack. It'll be and it's going to be far worse than what happened 82 years ago today. Far worse. Because they've learned their lessons from that attack. And they don't want to enable us to be able to spring back like we did then and take Japan. They want to finish us off at sea to the point that it would take us so long to come back that they would have everything by then. Yeah, that'd be sneaky, of course, Rodney. Surprise EMP using CME as cover. Yes, that could happen. Right now with the sun ramping up, absolutely they could use CME as cover. Oh, look, it was the sun. And they might cite that 1972 report I cited in my video I just mentioned, which don't have enough views on it. Guys, if you hadn't seen my video on the chances of the solar storms being far worse than we thought, you need to watch it. Share it. Share the video. People need to understand the risk that we're facing in our society. They need to understand where we're at so that they were prepared. The more other people we get preparing, the less people there's going to be to eat you or me. So let's try to get as many people prepared as possible, especially your friends and family, guys. Especially your friends and family, your loved ones. If you love them, you're going to try to help them. And they may not want to listen to you, but it's like that drug addict in the family. You don't quit. You don't give up on them. You know what I mean? If they're family. Well, hopefully you don't have to give up on them. Crop and drop on a repeating cycle can build soils. Yeah, John, there's a lot of good things you can do to build compost. And you need something living and growing in your soil at all times to keep the bacteria. Good soil is living soil. Any book on organic gardening should say that in sentence 1, paragraph 1 of the book. Good soil is living soil. It's how all books on gardening should start out. That's why I started my videos on gardening with garden bed preparation. And a lot of people don't like that. They don't want to watch because I'm starting talking so much about preparing the bed. That's the most critical thing. Planting's easy. It's the bed prep that's where the work goes. Anyway, one coat to go, my friends. Oh no. Well, that's what happens with the way our society is going. I have a big bioreactor. One coat to go. I need to do a video on the internal rot in this country. And Colonel Cole has been after me to do this. I just got to get it right before I do it, because it could really get me knocked. It could get me deplatformed in a heartbeat if I don't put it out there just right. So, like-minded people need to form safe havens to survive. With Jeffrey West, we're actually working on that here in this channel. I started talking about Survival Tribe Network some time back, and our good friend who's in the chat room right now, YSL1111, spent her own money, a good bit of money, to set up a website just for that. survivaltribenetwork.com. Go there, check it out, join. And use an alias. Don't worry about blowing your cover. Use an alias. The main thing is to figure out who's where and give you guys a chance to connect with each other and form your own tribes. Make friends. Keep the old ones. One is silver and one is gold. There you go. And Calgary, Arizona is a good friend. And she's come up here to help me a couple times. So I really appreciate her. And her husband, and her man, and she brings her boy up. So it's a wonderful thing. They got a good family there. Thank you, New Days, for sharing the link. And guys, if you're not prepping, what are you doing? Go to prepwithgreg.com. We got a special going on right now. They brought the special back, $200 off 3 months supply of food lasts 25 years, 2,000 calories a day. I can't even talk, I was trying to say galleries. 2,000 calories a day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner to make you a winner. Check it out, guys. And also, you can buy a lot of other prepping supplies once you go in there and click on the My Patriot Supply store. But go to prepwithgreg.com. It'll help me, and it'll help you too. You won't get that discount just going straight to My Patriot Supply. So check that out. More water power. Best rapid solution for water is good. That's why they used to use it for grist mills to grind flour and corn. They started freeze drying my own food. That's a good move. So, all right, guys, we're 49 minutes in this. I need to go. I got to get up early because I can hit the road. Nightman's wife, Green Regals, do you need anything out there I can get ordered up? I don't know of it right now, Nightman's wife. I appreciate the offer. She did send me an electric blanket that she charged me, a cigarette lighter, a hand warmer, and a little can of that stuff you burn to stay warm, or a pack of hand warmers. So appreciate that. That'll come in handy, because it's going to be colder. Great content. Thank you, Wood. I appreciate that. So, guys, here's the thing. The platform is not appreciating me. it really would help if you share my videos as much as you can on other platforms. Just hit the share button on the video itself, and I'll give you options for sharing it. Copy the URL, post it in places. Different ways to do that. But make sure you hit the thumbs up, give me some likes, and go in. And we got 192 in the room and only 122 likes. So there's a 70 of you that don't like this, now 69. If you don't like it, tell us why. Yeah, if you're not appreciating this, I'd like to know. Thanks, Greg, and everyone. Pain is intense. Oh Lord, you guys. Everybody say a prayer for Joan tonight. Everybody say a prayer for New Day. She's still healing. And so how about instead of exchanging Christmas gifts, we all just pray for peace? Well, that would be a good one. That would be a good one, JoJo. That's what we need more than anything, because this coming year does not look good. This coming year looks rough. You got to remember the guidestones, which they blew up. And why did they blow them up? Is it because a plan is in motion? And then Deagle.com. What year was Deagle.com saying our population was going to be down, way down? This is going to happen that year, but it would be in effect by that year. It was 2025. Well, 2024 is on the road to 2025. So 2024 looks like it could be rough. So yes, pray. Like New Day said, world peace. Yes, New Day, they said it in 2025, but that was by 2025, which means it's most likely in 2024. Mid-2020. Yeah, well, let's pray that this stuff don't come to pass. Let's pray that we have a better landing in this conflagration that's coming at us. Better landing point. Greg, build a community on your land of nice, caring people. Try and do that, John. That's the whole point. Yeah, that's the point. I tried to do a tribe in Alabama. Had a big group. We were meeting regular, and I had one guy come in, and he acted nice at first. Oh my gosh, didn't work out. Trident, you're Michael. Who, Michael? Trident 62. A fifth grader could find me on LinkedIn. Okay. Jeffrey West, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Salute to Jeffrey West. Let's see. That's what I want to see here. All right. Appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. Alrighty, folks. I really got to go. I can't be on here at 3 o'clock in the morning because it's already almost 2 o'clock. I got to get ready for bed and I got to get up. Tell us about the one guy. I don't want to say too much about him, to be honest. Here's what you need to know. You need to vet people you bring into your group. Some people can seem nice. If you don't really know them, you may be letting in trouble. You can be bringing in sociopaths, psychopaths, people with all kind of anger issues, people that, and the one complaint I hear from most MAG groups is there's a lot of people that just won't do anything. They won't work. They won't pull their weight. Now, the group I was assembling, people were coming in and working and doing stuff until this guy arrived. And he blew the whole group up. They all scattered for the hills because he was trying to accuse everybody of everything and planting stuff. Apparently, it was mayhem. It was mayhem. And he never did a thing. Trident. Thank you, Trident. Salute to Trident. All righty. So you just it's like getting married. It's like getting married. You got to really, if you're going in a tribe, vet the other people and vet the sponsor, the landowner. Vet them that they are what you expect. But don't go into a tribe if you're not willing to work and pull your weight. Don't go in expecting a free ride, because that's not the way the world works in grid down. In grid down, everybody's got to work hard just to survive. You got to scrap. I'll see my videos I did with my dad and talking about him later, about the times he lived in. Oh, those were not easy times. That's where we're heading back for. We're not ready for that kind of stuff. It's not going to be a rose garden, my friends. You may have a rose garden, but life is not going to be a rose garden. If it's a bowl of peaches, it's going to be full of pits. There may be some fruit on it, but there's that pit in the center, guys. You're going to have to work. Work hard. Vetting is important. Amen. Vetting is critical. So just make sure you know people. Now, I got a lot of people come out and really helped me out lately, and so that's a lot more than I got out of some people, or one person in particular, as I mentioned. So, that's cred. That's cred. It's a lot of cred. So I can give credit to a lot of people that are in here. There's people in the chat room right now that I have a high regard for, because I know who you are. I've met you and seen you do stuff. I appreciate that. Where's Last and Sold now? I don't know. Maybe he didn't get notifications. Maybe why we're not getting many views on here. Great Depression, Christmas. There you go. It's my dad. My dad, if he were alive today, would be 102. Bless his heart. But I've got videos of him on this channel. So if you want some insight from somebody who's been around a long time, was at the Battle of the Bulge. My dad. Where are you? I am at almost the entrance of Tyndall Air Force Base near Oklahoma City. I'm almost halfway to Snowflake. Now, he liked y'all. That's why I looked into your site. Okay. All right, pagan prepper. I thought you came here just because I look like Odin. With a two-eyed version. Anyway, my Paul would be 100 this year. Wow, cool. My dad too, says Jeff. You're a webmaster. That's good to know. Tried it. I could use your help. Norman Lear. Was it today or yesterday? Today you passed. Well, it's yesterday now, because down today is tomorrow. Today's the 7th. He passed on the 6th, I think, right? Yeah, he'd been around a while. I'm Celtic. Okay. You're Celtic. Well, my bloodlines are mostly Nordic. So, anyway, guys, I have to sit all night watching my phone for you to come on, because I do not get notifications. Wow. See, there you go. That's why there's nobody watching. I'm hearing it from so many of you guys. You do not get notifications. Well, here's what you need to do. I need to say this up front in my videos. Check my channel regularly. Just see what I posted. Anyway. Thank you, Super Chatters. Thank you, mods, for everything you do. I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you, one and all. You broke down? No, I'm not broke down. I have stopped at a hotel because I'm driving my little red van that's not set up for me to sleep in yet. And I would have had to buy a sleeping bag, probably staying in the sleeping bags. The good ones are about as expensive as a hotel room. I got one in Arizona. Once I get to Arizona, I can come back with that sleeping bag. And I'm saving a lot more money on gas driving this van than I was there. It's a gas pig. This van is a gas pig. It's a little gas pig. I've had another town and country that was bigger. I had a caravan that was bigger that burned far less gas. But this thing burns a little bit less than half the gas that my step van that it's not really a step van, a custom van been driving back and forth so far. I was driving it back and forth because I could live in it, but I'm spending more money on gas than hotel rooms cost. At least going back and forth. When I'm out there, it's saving me money. And so I just left it out there because I got plane fare. It's cheaper than the price of gas to come home in. But I wound up having to buy a lot of other stuff because a lot of the stuff I live with every day at home, I left in Arizona. So I had to replace it when I got home. So anyway, so I didn't really save so much after all. But I'm okay. Are you coming through Texas? I'll be coming through the Panhandle, like Amarillo. I'm on I-40. Coming through I-40, guys. So, yeah, Jesse, thanks for asking everybody to hit the like button. We got 183 in here and only 152. Guys, I'm getting slapped by this platform, so help me out, guys. Oh, what did Cowgirl in Arizona say? Yeah, she's a busy girl. And I really appreciate what she's done. We worked for on the compost bin, made 3 cattle panel planters, made 50 pots and 3-gallon, filled 6 potato planters with soil, repaired a clothesline, pounded lots of poles. Yeah, her and her man are a busy couple. Good people, really good people. Arms are like jello, I bet. I bet. Well, that's what we all got to get used to. That's the way the world rolls when the grid's down, guys. Just ate the best homemade burrito. Okay. Joe, sounds good. Did you make it? Alrighty, folks. Once again, thank you, Super Chatters. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I seriously got to go. So with that, I'm going to say, Greg out.